Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and I'm back with another poem. This one is called Good Grief. It is very lengthy, so bear with me. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. So, I always wondered how could grief be good, or what's even good about grief? Like, why does the saying even exist? Good grief. Because all the grief I've ever experienced came with anger, sadness, loss, and pain. However, when grieving is done right, you can find the good in grief. Last year, I lost more than just Tay. Prior to that, it was a 7 year stretch of a death a year. My grandma Sarah, God knows that hurt my soul because I didn't get to hear her last words. My sister reminded me how very imperfect my mother was and that the pedestal I put her on needed to be torn down. My mother was human, period. My brother helped me save a life that year and reminded me of my worth. Did I want to experience what his family experienced? My uncle was my protector. We were deeply connected more than I could have ever imagined. Years after his death, some horrific childhood events resurfaced, and he reminded me that God sees all. Then Ro was a lot of different things to me. A maternal figure at times, a big sister most of the times. When she died, she reminded me of who the fuck I was and how far south my life had turned. She always told me you should be traveling for a living. You had 3 degrees at a young age. She always told me I was worth more and that what I settled for was just not enough. It broke me down bad when I lost her, but I couldn't even express it cuz by then I was already numb. Then I left Tay, and that was a grief and a pain in itself. Separation was like ripping a part of my soul away from me, but we still here pretending we don't love or feel each other at the same time. It was it was a grief of its own, but I still continued to carry on. Scared for my life because he knew me. He knew my vulnerabilities and probably was the only person that could take me out. I still carried on and continued to have faith and seek counsel. Then my dog died because he was reckless. He left out dog food for her. For her, he left out dog food in her reach. She experienced organ failure. I came over to say my goodbyes. She was tired and defeated. I loved her as if she was my child, but I had to be jaded and cold because he would try to use her death against me to get back into my good graces. Then then Thanksgiving, then Thanksgiving Day, Tay died, and all hell broke loose. Literally everything I pushed down deep came to surface. All the fucked up people, events, places, and things that caused me pain or that I did wrong was sitting in my house and the world until I faced it all. I refused to run this time. Some things or people require forgiveness, but stay the fuck from around me. Some require vengeance. May God hold you in his hands until till the time has come. Some I had to forgive myself because it was my fault. Because I thought it was my fault, excuse me. Then once the heavy stuff cleared, it was time to grieve me. And this is what I mean. I had to kill I had to kill parts of me. For instance, I had to kill self-hatred once and for all. I had to slit Sorry's throat. Cause you know how sorry is. You'll be apologizing for stuff that you ain't even did wrong. You walk past somebody, you ain't even bump them. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. So let me repeat that one more time because I got off track. I had to slit Sorry's throat and watch her bleed out because I'm not a sorry ass person. I might make mistakes and need to apologize, but Sorry don't live here anymore. I had to choke out self-limiting beliefs because that was never even mine to begin with, just a projection from others who failed at their own dreams. I had to drown guilt and shame and watch it float away into the abyss because my mother placed that on me like her mother before. It never helped me, just brought me down to the ground. Perfection? Perfection and I had this drawn out battle, so we both were exhausted. I decided she gets to stay as long as she gets rebranded to imperfectly perfect. Because as just simply perfect, we will always remain drained. Killing off parts of me that killed my spirit and killing off projections of other people's self-hate and limited beliefs freed me. But it wasn't the all to be all. This is the good part of grief. I made room for better things like self-love, confidence, sexual freedom, liberation of religious beliefs, gender roles and norms, natural-born leadership. The beast in me is alive and thriving, and simply there is nothing wrong with me. I swear like a sailor, if you hurt me, I'll hurt you. I love hard, and most of all, I love myself more. I love spontaneity, but I'm also a chill person. I'm a brainiac, but I love the most silliest, goofiest shit. I'm a thug, but sensitive as hell. A tear from my eyes can mean run, or it can mean hold me and never let go. I'm truly an oxymoron, a gentle giant until you get me wrong. I'm ambitious, rich in spirit, and this earthly realm. Some call me queen, some call me auntie, some call me mom, some call me Tifa, some call me T or TT, but at the end of the day, I'm just me. I just am. Sometimes we struggle with grief the most because we're fighting to be the person we used to be. But once you fully embrace that your loved ones never truly go away, and that you will never be the same, or should you be the same, the good grief begins to happen. You learn that life is about being willing to let go of attachments, because nothing truly belongs to you, not even you. But ironically enough, all you must hold on is to who you truly are. For me, all glory be to God for the good, For me, all glory be to God for finally helping me and showing me how to effectively embrace grief. Ride the waves until you want, ride the waves until, I'm going to start all the way over. And I'm sorry, I'm going to put this up rawly. For me, all glory be to God for finally helping me and showing me how to effectively embrace grief. Like ride the waves until you come ashore. Then follow those footprints in the sand until it's time to ride the waves again. And that's the end of that.